Hey my lovelies, it's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this Wednesday's Facebook card reveals for you all. So, if you were drawn to card number 1, we're going into the energy of gold. And it just says here at the bottom, you don't need someone else to fix you. Now, if you've been feeling a little bit broken, a little bit vulnerable, I think this is just a really important time to sort of feed back into that self-care, that self-nurturing. Self-care seems to be a big theme at the moment. We had sort of a bit of a self-care message in Monday's guidance reading. I think sometimes it's very easy to sort of pick holes in ourselves, to sort of pick fault with what we're doing or not doing. And to me, with the card of gold, this is actually just about really valuing, it's really appreciating, it's really honoring who you are, how far you've come in your own sort of personal journey, your own personal sort of storybook of life. And if there are things that sort of feel a little bit vulnerable or perhaps not quite going to plan, that's okay. Sometimes that's just life. But it's really, really important not to sort of, pick fault in yourself. Try not to sort of almost become broken if you never needed to be, So I just sort of see this as feeding back into you. And what is interesting, obviously, she has the pieces of gold there. Obviously, this is like big in Japan, isn't it? If something is broken, they use flakes of gold to repair, and things can obviously become whole again. So if things are a little bit vulnerable, or if you feel like things are not quite working to your favor, it doesn't mean that this is going to be your way of life forever. It could just be we're a bit of a work in progress, or a situation that you're going through is a little bit of a work in progress, but it can still become whole. That journey, that sort of whole piece of your story can still become complete again. So definitely about sort of valuing. I don't know if some of you have heard the Beverly Knight song. It's quite an old song now, but it's called Gold. And I just feel like I'm hearing that song actually in my head as I'm holding this card. So that's a good song to sort of check out. And it is all about, not being a sort of, carbon copy, not being sort of a fake, being a one-off, gold, catch me in the slipstream, passing by the fool who just doesn't know. So, it's not the sort of fool's gold, it's the real gold. So yeah, I can hear bits of it in my head. It's quite an old song, like I say, but look it up if you haven't ever heard it, or if you're not familiar with that song, because I feel it resonates almost with this message. If you can only buzzing, there's a fly that's decided to sort of buzz past in my room, so sorry about that. I've got windows and things open because it's a little bit warm, but yeah, so I hope you can make sense of this. Value yourself enough. Don't sort of pick fault, don't sort of chip yourself unnecessarily, I think is the key here. Now then, as we're going into card number 2, we're going into the energy of morning, and it just says here, the world awaits you. Now this is lovely. This is about being really optimistic. This is about putting your best foot forward. This is about having a spring in your sort of step, and it's being open to endless possibilities of what could become, what could be. So, when we sort of wake up of a morning, we open our eyes, we take our first breath. Those are our first blessings. Those are our first blessings by the universe, by the spirit world, whatever you want to title it as, those are our first gifts of the day. And it's being open to receive something equally fabulous as your day progresses, as your day kind of carries on. And I feel that this is almost living in gratitude. So the world awaits you, but I almost feel it's like being grateful to have another day. And some people wake up feeling, oh God, same shit, different day. But actually, it's a blessing not everybody gets to have. And I think a lot of us overlook it. A lot of us just expect to have it. And actually, let's be grateful a little bit more. Let's live in that vibration of gratitude. Because if we can sort of start off on a bit more of a positive footing, the everyday today stuff becomes a lot more positive as well, because we're actually seeing things in a different cycle. We're seeing things in a different space. So there's definitely that focus on when we live in gratitude, we really recognize, we really see the blessings of our world a lot more, and things tend to be a lot more smoother for us because we're not getting caught up in secondary energies. We're not getting caught up in superficial stuff. We leave all that to one side. So we become more grounded and more earthed. So this is also kind of being encouraged for you at the moment. And finally, as we're going into card number 3, we're going into the energies of library. And it just says here at the bottom, take control of your own narrative. So I say this a lot to people in readings because it's so, so true. You know, if you were to sort of have this blank storybook and there's all these empty pages, what story do you want to write next? What is your next goal? What is your next dream? What is your next adventure? And all of this stuff is available. All of this stuff is accessible for you. So this is a mega, mega important time to really sort of go out there, to really shine bright, to really live your best life. And if you feel like you're stuck on a page of your own personal storybook of life, and if you don't like the story or the chapter or the adventure that you're in, change it. Don't wait for someone to come and save you. Don't wait for someone to try to fix you. Change it yourself. Give yourself permission to receive something of better quality, something of better merit, and something of better wealth and merit will absolutely come in for you. But if we're waiting for someone to save us, we could be waiting forever. Sometimes we have to value, we have to respect ourselves enough to just think, you know, I'm going to do this for me because I deserve this, I own this, I need to have this, and I'm worthy of having this experience, whatever the experience is. So go after your hopes and dreams, bring them into a physical reality, watch them come to life in your own personal storybook of your world. Your sort of story is different to mine and somebody else's, but they can be equally fabulous. You know, everybody can equally manifest what they seek, what they want, as long as you're not hurting or harming anybody in the process. So, an interesting one. So I hope you can make sense of these cards. I'm going to leave them with you and their messages. Stay well, stay safe, stay fabulous. A couple of little shouts just to let you know that this Saturday I'm over in Hungerford at Heartsong Gems. I believe that is now fully booked, so thank you very much if you've secured a space to see me there. Monday I'm over in Henstridge doing Amy Michelle's evening fair. I'm also fully booked, so again, thank you very much if you're wanting to see me there. Friday, I'm in Banwell, True Magic, Dawn the Energy Witches event. Mum's going to be at that one as well. I'm also fully booked there, so thank you very much. Oh, it's a bit full at the moment. And then Sunday, very, very excited. Sunday the 11th of August, you can catch me over in Hampton Hill Theatre, which is around the sort of the Surrey and London way, I should say, sorry. So Hampton Hill, obviously. So if you're in and around that area, grab a ticket, come and see me. That's a debut place for me to sort of work to. I've never been that sort of far away from home before on my show. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm excited for it. It's going to be fabulous. And yeah, I just think it's going to be a beautiful night with Spirit. And I'm so honoured that the theatre have welcomed me into the space, and I'm so glad with it, as a sort of, you know, grateful for those people that have entrusted me and purchased a ticket already. It's over half sold out, so I'm, you know, it's a bit of pressure, but I'm excited for what's going to be hopefully a beautiful night of spirit magic. Mum is also coming as well. She's going to have her little merchandise stall there, selling my bits and pieces and having some of her jewellery. So bring some extra pennies because she will be with us, and we will also have my little Oscar with us as well. So it's going to be a cool one. It's going to be a really nice show. Anyway, have a beautiful week, whatever you're getting up to. If I'm seeing some of you either on tour or via Zoom or at the various events, then, you know, it'd be lovely to see you there. And yeah, I'll leave it with you. Have a cool one. Take care. Bye for now.